Good morning.
It's Friday.
Yes, it is.
Oh my Lord.
Friday and already 70 something.
Yes, I love it. I know you're like, oh, shit, it's gonna be
I got to
hot.
go to the cabin.
Yeah, I got to go someplace cooler.
Actually, having the pool makes me easily deal with this weather.
It's a lot easier to deal
when
with
you're
when
wet.
you got someplace to soak in.
Yeah, and you're like get out and you're still wet and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yesterday 80 something, I was laying out on the couch taking a nap, and it's like I wouldn't normally do that. And it's not like I was sleeping because I'm a loser. It was like, I had a show last night, just like you were on with me last night. Yeah. So it was a lot of stuff going on.
Well, we had some Rotary stuff after the show. So
yeah, I was like, I got home and I was like, it's 9:00.
I know. I don't think I'm going to eat. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah. And it used to be, oh, hey, let's go out. We're ready to go out. Let's go.
Exactly.
Oh, it's early still. We still got an hour.
Yeah.
No, not now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the kids when they were, 17, 18, I thought you said you guys were going out tonight. It's Friday. Oh yeah, we're going out. It's 8:30. Yeah, we're going to get together around 10.
Yeah.
What? Okay, go.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
That's how I was. We all were that way at that age.
Not me.
Really?
I was already out. And then I'd call my folks and say, hey, now I'm going and we're going to go do something. And it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, I know. I got to work tomorrow at 5 a.m. I'll be there.
Yeah, that was when I was telling everybody my first actual real job was close to 5 points at Deviner and Sitzel. That was after, man, Friday, when we were kids, it was a totally different time. Yeah. What we did and what we got away with compared to what our kids do today.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they wouldn't have been able to handle it. I move on.
Only got caught once.
Yeah, let's put it this way: there was, you know what a suicide is? That's what we used to call it when you had to put in all the different.
All the different sodas.
Yeah, well, it was whoever called it that, but it was like I get there in the morning, I was so tired. It's like
I'm going to need one of those.
I'm going to need a lot of that today.
Yeah,
they didn't have Mountain Dew, so.
Oh, that was really?
Not at their Venus.
Oh, they didn't have Mountain Dew. Yeah. Deer Dog. No.
Yeah, and I didn't find that till I got into college when I was in the Navy, and then that's
Mountain Dew became your saving grace.
Well, yeah, because it was either that or Jolt, and Jolt was just too much sugar.
Yeah, and a lot of caffeine.
Well, the caffeine I wouldn't mind because I didn't do coffee at that time. I do coffee now.
Yeah, and tea.
Yeah, but really, tea is my thing. I like tea. It's just anytime, but coffee is really, out of the two, tea is just refreshing. Coffee is just waking up with Folgers in my cup.
Oh, mouth. You got some stuff. You got a lot of stuff.
Mortgage bonds today are recovering after the PCE report. Here, I'll throw that on screen.
Oh, and you were hoping that would happen yesterday, right?
Well, no, it happened when it first came out. Mortgage-backed securities, again, took it in the shorts. And then now we're coming back the other side. Because it's not as bad. They were expecting more. They got some, but they didn't get as much as they wished for. So if you look at the year-over-year May increase, so May increased by 0.1%, which they were expecting 0.2%. So they're like, yay, we're good. And but that was not exact. And then year-over-year decreased to 3.8. That's on that side. But if you go to the core part, that rose 0.3%, and year-over-year declined to 4.6. So they were just expecting more. So what is happening is inflation is really sticky, as they're calling it. I say, let's get our government to stop spending and we'll do much better.
We would.
Yeah. The Atlanta Fed president says he thinks we should halt rate hikes. I really don't care. What I mean by that is if they overdo it, we're going to get to recession much faster.
Right.
And then because they've already damaged the economy because they've had to do so much because, again, when you're on a budget, both people need to be on the budget. Right now, we have the Fed on the budget and the president, what he's trying to do, not on the budget. And I'm not trying to get political. That's just the way it is. If you don't get it, that's what's happening. Used car prices in that were up 4.5%. Housing costs increased by 0.5%.
Now, last week or 2 weeks ago, we were reporting that used car prices were decreasing, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying this month over month, and we're always looking 2 months back, so you never know. Energy prices decline, adding inflationary pressures. This is what I don't understand. Oh, aiding. Sorry, I said adding, didn't I? Yeah. I got to go back to bed.
Yep.
Yeah. I did get a lot of sleep last night.
So what were you gonna elaborate on that? The energy prices decline, aiding.
Yeah, because actually, oil right now is only $70 a barrel. So it'd be a good time to replenish our strategic reserve.
What?
Yeah, because we sold it all at $80 when we had it brought in at like much lower than that. So now would be a good time to do that. If they haven't anticipated progress in PCE and core rates next month, meaning that they're expecting in July. This is what I've been saying. It's going to be much better. I think it's going to be September myself that we're going to see a major change.
Yeah.
Personal income went up 0.4%. Spending went up 0.1%. However, saying that, right? Okay, I'm going to do the next one, then I'm going to do a slide.
Right.
Savings rates at 4.6%, which is below pre-pandemic average. So that means a lot of less people saving right now. Like Robinhood, that trading platform where people were using it so much during the pandemic and everything, they're laying off because people aren't using them.
Right.
Just put this next week. Bond market is closed on Tuesday. Monday is closing early. So that just leaves really Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with a couple of different reports, the Fed minutes and job reports. So it's not going to be a major move next week. So anything's not really going to make a move. So if you're in contract and you got to close in the next 4 weeks, just take the rate and refinance down the road. That's all I got to say.
Also on Monday, I heard some escrow and title companies will be closed. The recorder will be open to record. But some banks will be closed too.
No, banks can't be closed on Monday. They're not going to be closed on Monday. They'll be closed on Tuesday.
Oh, well, then I believe somebody that I thought was correct.
Oh, we'll check. We can check. Just check with your bank. How about that?
No, how about McClanahan?
Is he talking?
Yeah.
What's he saying? We vote in. All right. So this is what I thought. Yes, I was watching Fox News this morning. That's just. I could go to CNBC, but they don't throw the charts up like this.
How'd you take that pretty screenshot? That's pretty.
Because I use my camera on my phone.
Oh, wow.
So there's these things here called phones, and they have cameras that are better than some of the cameras that people have.
You don't have those typical lines in a photo of a TV.
Because I'm not using my old 32-inch tube TV to take pictures of. Yeah. So if you look here, people are thinking, I don't have it here. It's in front of us. So if you look at falling behind, so in June 21, 27% of the people thought they were falling behind, where the rest of the economy is going, oh, this is great, right? And 23, 44. Now it's up to 45%. We have the most amount of credit card debt we've ever had.
Right.
And that's an issue for that, because I'm just making sure I get rid of that comment. So I can see the next one. So if you look at this is where people are hurting. It's getting worse out there. And then this is what I said last time when we had the last election. We were not hurting enough.
Right.
We were in the 27%. We're getting 45. That's going to get to 50 before you know it, and over that. And people will eventually vote with this thing right here called your pocketbook, your wallet, or
this thing right.
Yeah, you can't get there.
Right
so
there.
Yeah, you can't get there. Yeah,
I got it.
Because it's not on another screen. It's a PDF.
I know.
But what's weird is, okay, so that's that one I want to add. So I'm going to add this. I'm going to remove this, add this. All right, San Francisco County income level classification. Low income is 104,400.
Wow.
Very low income is 65,000. Moderate is 147. So basically, if you make just say $105,000 in San Francisco, you're living on the streets.
Yep, you're low income.
Yeah, their median household income in San Francisco is 126. My question is, how the heck are you surviving in San Francisco at 126 and dealing with all the issues that you have to deal with? Stepping over homeless, stepping over all the other stuff, people robbing you.
Why are you staying there?
Yeah, people robbing you and all that stuff.
Yeah. And I want to know, is that an individual's median income, or that's you say household income?
That's a household.
That's a couple.
That's a household.
That's a couple or more people working.
It's whoever's in the household.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
so
it's not just one dude or dudette.
It doesn't mean income in San Francisco. It's a household. That's
scary.
Yeah, because you can't technically buy around here where we live unless you make about 80 grand a year to $100,000. You definitely can't afford anything over in San Francisco.
No.
All right, I'm going to bring your chart up so it doesn't mess with our stuff. You ready to go?
Go. Let's go.
All right, here's your thing. You can get closer if you need to. I don't know if you can.
Closer to what?
I don't know. To you. All right, so
I can do that.
So we went down on closed sales per day now.
Yeah. So at 477. But if you realize Last week there were fewer listings. I think there was only 62 listings last week,
and there's only 66
per day. 66 today. So there, of course, you're going to go down if you got less inventory to sell. 165 pending. I think it was 167 last week.
Okay,
pending sales per day. So again, the story we're painting is
we need listings.
We need listings. There's no inventory. How can we have a bubble crash if there's no inventory and there's still high demand?
And there's not a bubble. I just think people are just nervous right now because of what I said about 45% are worried about their pay and everything else.
I still see and read people saying, I'm going to wait for the crash. I'm going to wait for prices to come crashing downward. I just don't see it happening, kiddos.
No, because I just ran the numbers. That's not even 100 and that's 100. So if that was our average for the whole year per day, that's 174,000, and we normally do 450,000 a year. So
right.
that's
up a little bit from what it was projecting to be of a 162,000. So, and remember, we don't close 7 days a week.
No, that was 365. You're right. Yeah. I'm just saying. So it's actually worse than that.
Exactly.
And what I'm trying to use that number because it was 420 for a while there. And the only reason to remember that is this stupid 420 thing. But are we done?
It's the wrong sound.
We're done. What's down below that? Anything?
Nothing really. I mean, there's
about realtors thinking.
Yeah.
Sales will be up. Woo-hoo. Prices will be up. Woo-hoo. Listings will be up. 1 in 4 realtors thinks that's what's happening.
Yeah.
What's the other 3? We just left the business.
I just don't know. I'm working at Home Depot.
Well, the problem, the issue is that 60,000 real estate agents left the business.
Right.
So, and somebody else, have you seen how many loan officers left? I'm like, there was a post and it's like probably the same amount.
Well, and the interesting thing about 60,000 realtors leaving the business, they may not have been engaged in the business to begin with.
Right.
They could have been an appraiser who had a real estate license. They could have been a lender who had a real estate license. They could have been a really old fart who had a real estate license but wasn't using it and finally decided, you know what, even though I'm not paying for anything, I'm just not going to extend my license again. So it's crazy, and there's a lot of people just simply not working. If you look at the numbers, right?
I'm laughing because you sped up there.
Yeah. Yeah. But that part I'm not in charge of.
Yeah, I know. Neither am I, but that'll be fixed in a couple weeks.
That'll be fixed in a couple weeks. That's so cool.
Yeah, because I talked to a few branch managers of different real estate offices, and the people running the thing is hurt. They're hurt. The people who are the office managers who also do business are really hurting.
Yeah.
And they're, or last year they did 7 million, which is not that much.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Because you figure the numbers on that, that's not a lot of volume. It's
not bad if you're a second income.
Right.
They got somebody else in the house making something.
Well, they do, but that's still, think about it. It depends on what your splits are and everything else.
Right.
So, and what your costs are. What are you spending on to get that 7 million?
7 million. You should be, I think
that's for the whole year, not a month.
I know. And you should be up maybe 150 take home.
No.
Gross.
Most of those people are only getting 2.5.
Well, sorry.
So, yeah, because that's 210 grand in commission.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's not horrible.
No.
Nothing to throw a rock at.
Ow. I got hit with a rock.
Oh, no, but I wasn't throwing any.
All right. Well, yeah. And again, if you guys know any information or have information you want to give us, please reach out. Want us to talk about anything in particular, let us know. But this is pretty much what we do every day of the week. Next week, we're not here on Tuesday.
Right.
Or Thursday. My birthday. But
happy birthday.
It's a day, the thing is, it's like, okay, we'll be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yep.
That's just next week. It's a holiday week. It's not Christmas or whatever, but it's like, I just have a feeling it's not going to be super busy, but I'm around if it needed to. I'm not going to my cabin. So.
I think I had a dream last night that I already sold my new listing on Edgebrook, but
the one that just went on.
Yeah. I dreamt someone texted me and said, sending you an offer. Oh, wait. Oh, there might be. It wasn't a dream.
That's the thing is if you're listing them, and they're priced right, they go. I had somebody reach out to me about some property out in Oakdale, and they're like, I have it listed, but everybody says it's listed right, but it's sitting there. It's over $1 million. And
it's
like
not listed right. Truthfully, if you're on the market for 47 days, 50 days, and you've got people walking through the door and looking at it, but there's nothing in writing, you're overpriced.
Well, maybe, if maybe you need an HVAC system, maybe you need something else, then the seller, the owner will give credit. I don't think people want to go through that to, put it in ahead of time. Right.
Yeah. Does it need an HVAC system?
Yes.
Okay.
Doesn't have one.
Wow. That's going to be fun showing that property this weekend.
Yeah. Show it. Yeah.
Show it early in the morning.
Yeah, don't show it at all.
Yeah.
That's just
that's
those.
too bad.
Yeah. It's like I understand this airport district in Modesto, there's some homes that didn't have air conditioning. My son up in Washington, but most of the time they're in the 60s, 70s, and then occasionally they're in the 90s.
Yeah.
But here in Modesto or Oakdale how the heck do you not have air conditioning?
Well, exactly. And I lived with my mommy and daddy for 10 years with no AC. And then he put in a swamp cooler. Well, actually, swamp cooler is pretty cool, no pun intended, but it's nice, moist.
Yeah, it ruins the wood right next to it.
Yeah, I really didn't care because $75 a month was his mortgage.
But that's how in high school we lived in an old little farmhouse out on West Avenue South in Turlock, and that's all we had. And we were upstairs in the upstairs bedrooms in the that which other people would consider an attic,
right?
And so I don't know how I survived.
Well, you're young, and strong. You just do a couple sandwiches.
You get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it.
That's what happens when you're dirt road poor.
Exactly. The Oakdale property. Let's go back to that real quick. There is no reason why they can't have the HVAC system replaced just before close of escrow. Pay for
Let me back up.
Escrow.
Let me back up. It doesn't have one.
Well,
it doesn't need to be replaced.
Okay.
It needs to have
that's
one.
True. You can't replace something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But you could say, okay, all contingencies are removed. Docs are signed. You have your HVAC system guy ready, waiting in the wings. You do that a couple of days prior to close of escrow. You close escrow. It's done. It's finished. You pay your guy through escrow. Your guy's happy. The buyer's happy. You're happy. Do that.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Well, when someone's arrogant, no HVAC, I was like, the first thing, who wants to deal with that issue, right? And having them go through and put that in. If it's put in ahead of time, no big deal.
A lot of times they don't have the cash out of pocket.
Oh, I'm sure they don't.
Yeah.
But that's, well, then find a company who'll do it and make an extra $500 for holding it, you know.
Juan, that's why I said structure it that way.
I'm sorry, I thought you were giving a name. All right.
Juan.
All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Hey.
What?
Enjoy the weekend. It's going to be in the hundreds. I'm going to be a happy boy.
Yeah, and the next week back in the 90s. Woo-hoo, I'll be much more happy.
90s are fun too, but
yeah, I'd rather 90s. I don't want 105.
I like 105. I know I'm weird.
Yes, you are.
Especially as fat as I am, you'd think I wouldn't. But
well, that's like bacon likes to sizzle.
All right.
Make it a great day. Thanks for being here, Mike.
Bye, y'all. Thank you, Ed. Have a great day.
Bye.